Hi, I want to give you a quick introduction to our third module, which each module has a little bit of overlap, but they kind of progress one into the other. The first one was what is psychology? The first one was what is psychology? The second was the science of psychology. And this third module is, or actually, this fourth module, because you had the introductory module. But this module is called the psychology of behavior. Some of the things we're going to talk about, this module really has a biological focus, um, less so internal states, but how our brain determines our behavior and what research has shown about that. And there's so much new research. Every year I go to one of our state conferences, and it's like the new stuff in only 1 year. And a lot of, I think I mentioned before that I'm a school psychologist, a lot of the brain-based research that's coming out, at least that relates to my area of psychology, is really focused on autism. And it is amazing the brain differences and how that can affect the development of communication and the expression of different individuals with autism have what we call a lot of times stereotypical behaviors. So that might be the hand flapping and some of the repetitive, obsessive type or stimulating behaviors, self-stimulating behaviors. So you're going to really get a feel for biology. You're going to see how psychology really overlaps with a lot of other sciences. Going to learn a lot about how the central nervous system plays a role in our behavior. Let's see here. And you'll look at a lot of applications of it. A lot of individuals with psychological issues, for example, might have drug dependency or alcohol dependency. There's a lot of brain research on how these substances affect our behavior and our internal states, so our mind, sometimes permanently, sometimes not. And then other things we're going to talk about that I would like to see, are a lot of our current, what do these brain scans look like? When we feel certain emotions consistently across individuals, we're finding that specific parts of our brains light up. We're also finding that men and women have very different central nervous system features. So, some parts of the brain are larger than others. Some parts of the brain light up with certain experiences for men when they don't as much for women. Just amazing things. And then when you get into individuals who, have some gender differences, might also have a little bit of each. Some different things we're going to talk about. I'm trying to think here. We'll also just talk in general. We'll watch, like before, there'll be videos. I have these lights on, and the moths are wanting to come to the light as I'm, filming these videos. So if you see me going like this, that's what it is. A couple of the other things as far as the psychology of behavior. I'm going to look at motivation, functions of behavior. So, and I'll talk about a little bit in the school setting. Sometimes what we do is functional behavior analyses. So we're trying to find out maybe why a kiddo is just off the wall with their behavior. So then we might look at so say kiddo calls out in class and yells and has a lot of, behaviors like that. We might find that, so what happened directly before? What was the antecedent to that behavior? And we might find that the teacher gave another student praise. And then the other kiddo just gets so upset because kiddo wants that attention. So we can extrapolate. Now it takes a lot of observations and a lot of, kind of digging and figuring it out, that the function of the kiddo's behavior. So why, by function I mean why, what's the reason behind the behavior? What need does it meet? And, it's that the kiddo is seeking attention. Sometimes the kiddos don't realize why they're having the behaviors they are, but we can use observational data. Think back to the science of psychology. We can use observational data to help figure that out. And we can sometimes test our hypothesis. So we're not 100% sure. Maybe it's attention. So what we might do is set up a situation where, we've taken data that shows the kiddo yells out 10 times in every math class. And I'm just giving you an example of behavior from my background as a school psychologist. Kiddo might call out 10 times in a classroom, and we come to create the hypothesis it's because peers are getting positive attention. So we will coach the teacher to give this student very methodically and very thoughtfully give this student positive attention, to kind of, stop these behaviors before they happen. And then we keep data. So before, kiddo was, causing this disruption and yelling out 10 times in class. And we might find that once we are doing this systematic praising of the student, the behavior's gone. The problem behavior's gone. So that is a form of small behavioral study, informal, but research that we can do on our own. So that's just an example. So, as far as studying behavior in psychology, it can be something small like that, looking at antecedents to behaviors, and then consequences. And also it can be brain scans, looking at behavior, and also other types of studies. So I hope you find this module interesting and it helps you think about behavior in a deeper and maybe different way. So enjoy.